And we're back to another series of Let's Play. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. And this time we're going to be switching up our simulation runs to a different type of sim game, which is Graveyard Keeper. A game that borrows a wee bit from Stardew Valley, but in a sense, it has a much darker sense of humor, a much darker theme, and a little bit of a more grotesque horror element to it, which will be interesting. Now, my background with this game is that I have played / streamed this, but not 100%. To be honest with you, I've really only played probably 10% of this game. Every time I run it, I always get caught up with something else work-wise, or I travel and then I come back and I don't remember what I was doing, and you kind of go on to something else, and I keep coming back to it. And I said, well, maybe if I do a Let's Play, it'll commit me to this 100%, because this is actually a pretty good game. So it'll be a rather semi-blind play. I don't do too many blind plays on my Let's Plays because I really want to show you guys the full experience of what you can do. But I think for this game, it kind of needs to be done on the blind side, because we'll be figuring out and trying to problem solve how to get things done and do all kinds of crazy stuff as we are Graveyard Keepers. I have 3 expansions. I don't know if I think there might have been a 4th one, but I don't have it. And if there is a 4th one, I'll try to pick it up and throw it in here as well. May as well. But anyway, yeah, that's enough out of me. So why don't we go ahead and get started with our Let's Play of Graveyard Keeper. And I'm your host, the RPG Guy. If I haven't said that already, I believe I did. I'm going to make sure I read this intro because it goes by really quick. So hopefully we don't miss anything. It's an ordinary day and our hero is hurrying home where someone very important is waiting for him. Giggity, giggity, giggity. Hey, Gary. Even in everyday routine, there's a place for loving and feeling something. Especially when you know that someone misses you. Oh, she's kind of hot. Holy shit! What happened? Where is everything?
Calm down. You've merely turned a page in your life. A whole new chapter awaits you ahead.
But I need to go home. Can I go home?
There's always a way to get home. Let me see. Your new home is a graveyard.
Does that mean I'm dead?
It means you're a graveyard keeper now.
But I need to go home to my love, huh?
Then you need to be a good graveyard keeper. You should dig up Gary. He'll help you sort everything out.
Who? What a strange vision. What is this nightmare? What is this nightmare? Okay, let's find Jerry. Okay. So much like Stardew Valley, we have an inventory, we have this thing which we don't have access to, but it's pretty much our skill tree, NPCs, and a map. What does it mean? We have these empty chests. Let's go ahead and just follow the arrow and get some things going here. And then if we press F, which is kind of this game's action button. Oh, a sword! I'm a skull! Are you Jerry? Why would you think I'm Jerry? A man with a red eye told me that I need to dig up Jerry. A red eye. Oh, I remember. Oh, sorry, that's right. I'm Jerry. How did you find me? The man told me that you'd answer all my questions. Good, but first let me ask you. Who are you and where the sword are we? I must be dreaming. None of this can be real. Ha, you're the new graveyard keeper. What else do I remember? Let me think. I remember that sound. Let's go check it out. Everything is so strange. None of this makes sense. I definitely remember that bill and the donkey. Something is very wrong with that animal. I wonder what it could be. I think I'll be better if I wait here for you here. I must scare the poor thing. Alright, so let's go over here and see what's up with this donkey. Got the fresh corpse from the town. Wow, a talking donkey. You can understand me? Let's talk. Who are you?
I'm cheap labor. This cart isn't mine, so I have to work for the capitalist bastard who owns it. And I only earn 5 carrots a day. The situation is deeply humiliating. You know where I'm coming from, right, comrade? The bastard pretends that he doesn't understand anything I'm saying. Anyway, I need to go back to the town. You get rid of this one and I bring you a new one.
What a strange land this is. Okay. Funny.
Hey, what are you staring at? Grab that juicy corpse while it's still fresh.
What for? I feel like we should take it to the mark. I don't remember why exactly, but I'm pretty sure it'll be fun and might be profitable. Oh god, I'm gonna puke. Let's do it! So we're gonna pick this body up. Come in here.
Sorry, I like this place.
Feels like home. Put the body on the old topsy table. Then, what's next?
Oh, yes, slice some fresh.
For fresh. Oh, yeah, slice some flesh from the corpse. That should be good for starters. What? No way. This isn't right. Sure, it's not right. How could I forget? Maybe because I'm a talking skull with amnesia. Is it right that you don't know where you are? Is it right that I'm a skull? Nothing is right here. So shut the sword up and do what I tell you. You promise to let me go. Tell me how to get home? You just need to trade the meat to the village tavern for a beer. Talking skulls never lie. And then bring the beer to me. Alright, so blueprints are going to be things that we can build. Extracting is things that we can obviously extract. And so we can extract this human flesh. Alright, and we can now make food out of it if we choose to. That's disgusting. Y'all get used to it. So what should I do with the corpse? I don't know. Let's bury it. Take the corpse. I'll wait for you in the graveyard. Alright, so we're going to take the corpse here. Take body. And let's head out. And this is probably one of the primary, in a sense, features of the game is, of course, a graveyard. Let's bury it. And so this is some idea of how to do it. Blueprint tasks allow you to build things, and then you can bury and then do other things later. So right now we need to put a gravesite plot, which we will put right there. Keep it simple. We'll dig up this little plot here, dump it in, fill her up. Nicely done! This burial certificate. I remember money. Alcohol. Oh, I used to like it a lot. Oh, sorry, here comes the bishop. Here's your boss. Oh, no, ask him about the burial certificate. He should know something. I'd better leave now. I'll be in the morgue waiting for my beer. Damn me, why I'm so tired. Why do I have to come here every week? Alright, let's go talk to the bishop here. Oh dear, the new keeper. We've been expecting him for 30 years, but he pretends there's nothing wrong. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but your graveyard is a mess. There's no way I'm promoting you to cleric until you fix it. And so, this pretty much tells you how it works. Messed up graveyards, gravesites, reduce how good of a graveyard it is. The nicer they look, the better they reward you. We also now have this technology unlocked, wooden marker. As soon as your As soon as your graveyard quality is at least 5, I'll be pleased to promote you. You look like a spiritual leader, and I'm a good judge of character. I'm good at everything. That is why I've chosen to represent his will. Your predecessor used to keep his stuff in a trunk somewhere here. You should check it. I'll come by again next week. In fact, I come every Sunday. Maybe I'm not dreaming. Did I eat something? Oh, he's waiting. What should I say? Why is it you come here? As part of my duty,
The unpleasant part. It's kind of an old tradition. I don't know much about all the traditions and rituals. I'm just here to represent his might and glory.
I have one tiny question. What is this burial certificate?
As soon as a body has been laid to rest, you can trade its burial certificate for money at the village tavern.
Alright, so that's great. I need to go home. There's a talking skull. He forces me to butcher a corpse.
A fine joke. I'm a humorist myself. Here's one. Who is baby?
Who?
I am blessed and beautiful.
You can get fucked.
If you run out of repair kits while fixing the graveyard, you can always craft new ones.
And so we learn about technologies, and there's 3 different types of currency. One currency represents literally like physical manual labor and crafting. One currency represents kind of nature. The third represents straight up like knowledge. And we need them, all 3 types of currency, to buy certain things. And as we progress through the game, we can spend these currencies to buy new skills and new technologies and so on. The technologies are going to be much like the crafting element of this game. So you, in a sense, have to make sure that you can do all of it as well. So these are the repair kits. We've got a stone and a wood repair kit. And we need to figure out how we want to work this. But what I'll say is you can see there's different types of signs and crosses located throughout the cemetery. So the thing here is that, number 1, we see stone cross and stone grave 2. We see stone grave fence 1 here. So my stance is let's fix stone grave level 2. Because we could, you know, it might be a while before we even get to that. Because if we look here, it's way over here. Which could be quite a while before we get to that. So fixing that one first, even fixing this whole grave outright, is probably in our best interest. Okay. Now we gotta decide what else we want to kind of fix. And I would say outright, you either can fix an entire gravesite or we can fix just a rocky piece. I'd say we'll fix the stone grave fence here. And so we're out of repair kits for that. Then we have wooden repair kits. I would say this one down here will get a priority. And then let's go ahead and fix the wood grave fence. So there we go. We can now also dig out some of this because we picked up the shovel, the axe, and the pickaxe. And this is also going to help the graveyard quality. And as you can see, we're getting some of the currency I had mentioned earlier, which would allow us to buy a technology. Alright. If we go in here, we can actually go and buy this sawing, which we will buy now. Alright, let's move. So they want us to go all the way to town, which is fine. So you want to keep your eye on just kind of like little things like flowers and trees and mushrooms and stuff, because we're going to need to have access to some of that later. Not right now. We don't need to worry about those things now. In due course, of course. Because, you know, the little bit of this that I have played, I know that all of that stuff somehow comes into play later. Try not to waste pretty much anything in the overworld. Welcome to the Dead Horse Tavern. I am Harold Drake. How can I help you? I came from the graveyard. I woke up here today and things have been crazy since then.
Oh, sorry. How could I not have recognised you? Good, this is good.
Things are looking bright for our small village. When are you planning on opening the church? I need to fix the graveyard first.
Sure, it's been a while since anybody took care of it. So let's get down to business, shall we? How can I help you?
The bishop told me that you would buy my burial certificates.
Yes, he's right. As the head of the village, according to the ancient contract, I have to trade it for money. Of course, only if I have any money.
What do you mean?
The village is going through hard times. We're short on money. But as soon as you open the church, pilgrims will bring lots of shiny coins to the village.
I'd like to trade you some fresh meat.
Meat is a delicacy in our village. I'll be glad to buy it, but I just need to see the royal meat stamp on it.
Many years ago, there was an accident with an inappropriate meat.
Ever since, all meat must be approved by royal authority. And I don't need any trouble with the town. Does your meat have a stamp?
Actually, no.
I don't even want to know where you can get unauthorised meat. But wow, it looks really good. But without a stamp, me hands are tied.
Where can I get this stamp?
Oh, you can send a form through the royal court through the mailbox near your church. But it costs you a bundle.
There's another way.
I'll tell you just because we're neighbours. Come closer. There's this guy called Snake. I think he has a fake royal stamp. He does. But to be honest, I haven't seen him for a while. You can ask Miss Charm. She comes here every ladies' day. I bet she can help you to find Snake.
Thanks. Alright, so do you know how I can get back home? Can you tell me where I am because I really need to get home? My darling will be so worried.
You're at the dead horse.
Okay, it looks medieval. Maybe I traveled through time? And what year is it now?
Yeah, what do you mean?
The time it takes for the Earth to make one revolution around the sun?
You've been listening to the astrologers' nonsense. Everybody knows that the Earth is flat. But I get you. It's 200 after the ancient contract and 210 after... never mind.
What's the name of our beloved kingdom?
The kingdom! And it is definitely not beloved here in the village. Do you have any other questions?
Well, we will trade.
Oh, Keeper, could you kindly take this letter to our local blacksmith, Cresvold?
Sure, where can I find him?
Southeastern corner of the village.
Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Make the trade. For some cold, hard cash. Let's also talk to this lady here.
You must be the new graveyard keeper.
So I've been told, but how did you know?
Oh, if you lived as long as I have, you've probably learned how to rape people too. Well, where's me manners? I'm Miss Chain, Heraldric's wife.
Nice to meet you. I have a few questions about...
Oh, you better talk with my husband. He's in charge around here.
He's not only the tavern keeper, but also the elected head of the village.
Besides, he really does like to talk. All I can do is sell you some recipes.
Alright, so fair enough. Let's skedaddle and check out Heraldric. Or, Cresvold, rather. So we'll need to normally explore the town, but strangely enough, I know where he is.
Hey, what are you staring at?
Nothing, just looking around. I think I'm the keeper of the local graveyard. May I ask who you are?
Unfortunately, I'm the local blacksmith. My name is Cresvold.
Let's give him the letter. I have a letter for you from Heraldric.
A letter? Of course. One man in it away, and he can't be bothered to come himself. I guess old habits never die. Thank you. Sorry for my nagging. It seems it's my new habit. Let's see. Symes again. Heraldric asked me to get rid of them. I don't have the time for those pesky little green bastards. But maybe you can help. Take this rusty sword and ancient potion. The sword is broken, but you can repair it with a whetstone on me grinder right behind me. And you can keep the whetstone, maybe you'll need it to repair your shovels sometime. If you manage to kill them, bring me the remains and I'll spare you some materials.
It should be right up the other side of me house near the puddles. So we get this information that even every action burns energy, including swinging your sword. And there are items in the world that will replace it, as well as sleeping. You know what? I like to work with metal myself. Where can I find some more? We can find some metal ore in the swamp soil. There's a huge swamp to the west across the river. I used to collect ore there before the bridge collapsed. So we get this blueprint. Nice. Okay, let's leave and do what he wanted us to do. So we need to sharpen the sword. Alright, let's see here. If we can do it with a little bit of energy we have. Or not. Boink. So we burned an energy potion to get some stamina back. Just so we can knock this out in a day. I'd rather do that than, you know, have to come back here. Good job. Take this whetstone, just sharpen your broken tools and they'll be as good as new. And we learned how to make 2 different jellies. Now, of course, we could buy some more equipment from Kresvold if we need it, but right now we don't have money and we don't have resources, and even a direction of what we should be doing. So let's go back to the inn. It's good to know how to use. It's good to know how to use a sword. Kresvold told me about how you helped him. Here, have a beer. It's on the house. And hey, we got a beer we can give to Gary. Alright, let's leave. There's nobody new here, so... So we need to make our way back to... our graveyard. Probably need to come back to town, because it is the next day. We're supposed to meet Miss Charm to tell us about this dude named Snake. So I know we could have just hung out around the town there, but I think it's better if we go back, do a few more tasks and chores, and look at what we can do, and then come back. Psh, come here! Where have you been? I was at the village. This place is weird, but it feels so real. Everybody's okay with me just appearing out of nowhere. Sorry, you're stealing me thoughts. Stealing. Oh, remember, there's a cellar in your cottage. Some provisions must be stored there. And we learned how to do gathering. Wait, exactly? Oh, remember baking bread from it and pies. Sweet berry pies. Toast, onion toast. And that's good with beer. Sard, you know what? I really need a beer. This is beginning to feel like a one-sided relationship. Bring me a beer and I'll tell you lots of important stuff, like how you can get home. Questions? How you can tell. It was rhetorical. Did I look like a magic head with answers? Well, technically, yes. Sorry, just Mortis. I'll be waiting for my beer at my place. No beer, no answers. That head is a dick. Alright, let's keep moving. So, we'll head right up this way. Place for stones. Place for wood logs. And here is our crafting area. So we'll need to build them. However, as you can see, there's a bit of a lack of room in front of our house. So we're gonna have to kind of dig out all this foliage. Again, giving us some of the delicious currency that we need. So we'll tear out all of this with our shovel. We can remove this. This will be stone. And then we can even look at technologies again, and then it becomes a matter of what do we want. We have building, we have smithing. So here's the thing, is there's this. So if we want to get more ore and other things, so if we look at between the two, what do we really need here? What is this? It's a furnace level 2. Oh, we can build a furnace. Okay, hold on. What does it take to build a furnace? It takes these iron parts. Okay. And it looks like we need iron parts to really do kind of anything else. Stone and flitch. So, what gives us flitch? Oh, okay, probably the sawing. Can't do that yet. Let's grab. Ooh, I don't know if we need that yet either. Let's just start building a sawhorse and see what we need to do with that. So we'll put the sawhorse, let's say right there. And we can make our flitch from that, and wood markers if we had nails, but we don't have nails. So we're gonna need some wood here. You know, let's pull from these trees up here. It's too big. So you notice we're even limited to what kind of trees we can chop down, because we just don't have the technology. Alright, let's set that there. Now we have enough to unlock something else, which really could be... we could unlock that. Well, hold on. What do I really want to unlock here? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so we're out of energy for the most part. Let's go ahead and rest. So we need to go back to town and figure out the whole dealie with Miss Charm. We'll have enough energy to do other activities throughout the day, which probably is going to... I'm so refreshed.
This is not good at all. Who do you think you are?
I'm the new graveyard keeper.
Hooray, a keeper. Wow, I've been here for how long? I'm Yorick. I'm so lonely, poor me. It's too bad you're here. Wait, no, on the contrary, I'm very glad to see you. But we do have a rather unpleasant fellow buried here. We'd really like to have a new neighbor instead. That sounds like something you can help us with.
I'm not exactly sure why I'm here, actually. Gary only told me about burying bodies. You're Yorick and he's Gary. Funny.
Ah, the half-dead skull. That jealous bastard.
He can only dream of what a peaceful rest we're having.
Who am I kidding? It's terrible here, especially with that guy down in the lower right corner. He's so mean. Could you just get rid of him? Just dig him up and throw him in the river. I can even give you this license that I stole back when I was alive.
What license? An exhumation permission.
You're such a dummy. To dig up a corpse, you need a license. The old keeper used to buy them through the mailbox near the church.
Okay, so that's a thing. Well, let's go ahead and go to town really quick first before we start digging any bodies up and throwing them in a river. Because I want to make sure we meet Miss Charm. Or yeah, we meet Miss Charm, so we don't have to, you know, wait a whole week in this game. For today is Ladies' Day. So yesterday, I don't know if these days around this thing actually have an actual name. I guess they might if I actually put it over. No, I don't know. I just call it Lady Day because the opposite one is Man Day. So there you go. Which is next to Moon Day.
Wa-la-la-la-boo, dooba-da-da-ba-da-doop-dong. You wanna be my loved by me? Shabba-dabba-doo-wah-wah.
I don't know, that's all I got. Hi, What do you want? I am a graveyard keeper and I want to ask you some questions. I see. You know how many times a day I hear that same mumbling? I've no time for you, little man. Come back when you have more faith in yourself. Yes, Booberella, but... Ciao. Hey, old friend, can I have a moment? What did Miss Charm tell you? Literally to go away. Ah, always so classy. She would never talk to just anyone. I'm not just anyone, I'm the local graveyard keeper. Soon to be prior of the local church. How primitive. I'm a well-known poet in certain small circles. My name is Wagner. One day I'll read my poem to her and... then well... But first I need to write it, and I am catastrophically out of paper and ink. Maybe you can get me some. And we unlock a new technology and got perk, journalist, which we have to unlock. You may find some of it in your church, or you can make it. I'm just not used to manual labor, but a skillful man such as you can surely do it easily. You can also get some from the old astrologer. He used to go to the lighthouse every moon day. He was my supplier before we had those ridiculous fight. Okay, ask about the old astrologer. He's an old man, whereas I've been studying for almost 3 years. He's old and mad, whereas I've been studying for almost 3 years at the town university. Can you believe he turned out to be an idiot? He told me that the earth was round. What nonsense. Actually, it is round. Oh god, you should definitely meet him. The mad astrologer and the graveyard keeper. 2 wise men. You can make for a pretty funny poem. This astrologer must be the smartest man around. Maybe he'll be able to help me get back home. Ask about the lighthouse. It's on a cliff to the east of the village. It hasn't seen active use for a while. Bless the dead horse for staying open. One day I'll write a poem about this place. Maybe even a couple lines about you. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. So that guy wants ink and pip-hill. Alright, so let's head back to the graveyard. Let's exhume that body and do as Yorick asked us. And by the way, for those of you wondering, we can keep track of what most of the people want us to do. Via here, so in the NPC things. So we'll keep our eye on things that the villagers want us to do, and we'll do them as we kind of can. There's no guarantee we can do them when they want us to do them, but we will do them as we are able to. So under the cover of night, we're going to remove that body. So we're back here at the graveyard. I see the guy in the lower right corner, so it would be this dude. And since he practically gave us a -2 anyway, or -1, we'll just leave it open. So he wants us to take it to the river. And there goes the body. Bye, body. Oh, that wasn't such a big deal. What do you think you're doing here? A ghost asked me to get rid of this body. So what, now you're just gonna do everything he asks? It's not like he can do anything to you. He's disembodied. Whereas I can bite you to death while you're sleeping. Of course, I'd never do anything like that because we're friends, but you get my point, right? Anyway, if you ask me, the best way to get rid of a body is to burn it. How can I burn a body? You know what, you're one of those guys who looks a lot smarter than they actually are. Thanks. That's what I'm talking about. You need fire and some wood. It's a bit tricky to make the whole thing burn to ash. Where can I burn it? In a nice quiet place, like the place I use for my meditation. Across the road from here, from the mortuary entrance near the cliff. You know where the river leads. The river, somewhere down to the town, I think. And we learn about known PCs and how to make friends with them, and some services require a certain level of friendship. So it's something to keep in mind. This is the bridge that leads us to where the iron is, but we need to be able to make nails and a wooden plank, which we don't know how to do yet. So that's a thing. With that said, not much we can do in the graveyard right now. So we're not going to worry about that. We're going to empty some of our inventory, though, so we have room for other stuff. As today is now Y Day. I'll give that a proper name. Well, I don't know. It's the one, I don't know. It's the one day I don't know what to name it. Before we do anything, let's go into the basement. And let's start tearing this all apart. What's that sound?
Damn gate. I'll come here every night till if I have to, but I'll get through eventually.
What the hell? Looks like I can remove this blockage and fortify the arch. So yeah, in order to clear a path, we gotta, again, wooden planks, which we don't have, and a lot of iron parts. So, things we have to consider while we're, building and repairing. But look at this, we're getting some free flitch. Gonna get nails. Nice. Let's just tear it all apart. The only thing building is the trunk here. Keep grabbing this stuff. Nice. Look at technologies really quick while we're here. Not quite to the carpenter's goodies. We do primitive forging at this point. Well, we save up for that, but we really do need to unlock this. We're gonna probably need it. Let's go ahead and dump our meat and our flour there, because this is our kitchen. The gear and equipment here can go. This stuff can go in here. We really need to see if we can build some other stuff here. So, the furnace requires more stone. So let's go grab us more stone. You can see we get 2 to 3 pieces from all of these rocks. That one gave us only 1. So we slowly start pulling all of this apart. Okay, that should be enough with what we have in storage. So we need to build a furnace. Let's put it right there. Gotta build this thing. Nice. So we got a furnace going, and then we need to build a wooden anvil. So we're gonna need some billet, which would be from here, I believe. Nice. Now this bad boy, oh boy, let's see. So we put it there. And then we need ore. So we don't really have the means to do that. Let me see here. Technology. So we're probably going to want to be able to gather iron ore. So we need one more. There we go. So we're at mining. And we don't really have a lot of energy, so let's just use it to gather some more wood for the time being. Here. Now, enemies can be found at nighttime, so something to keep in mind. Now, we can get some iron ore. You might say, oh god, you gotta go over to Griswold and buy a few more metal parts. We do and we don't. So that's the thing. First, we'll deal with the body. We'll also get Numbnuts' beer. I'm so refreshed.
Ooh, it's much nicer without him at the graveyard. I'm still so sad, though. I'm so lonely. I was bad when I was alive. I should have been a better person.
What do you mean?
We're dead, but we still deserve some respect. Oh, fine, I'll tell you. Each corpse is a soul's vessel. It bears the mark of his life. Sins are red, and good deeds are white. Even the best decorations can't make a graveyard a peaceful place when it's full of red bastards.
I'm not sure that I understand what you're talking about.
I'm sure you don't. You better take good care of the graveyard. I'll be watching you. I can't do anything. I'm so sad. Boo!
So yeah, so now every body that comes in is going to have like a sin to good ratio. So it's something we have to consider as well. And I believe the green, I think, is the damaging of the corpse. So the more we damage the corpse, the more it hurts the good element. And you can see where they show kind of where the victory points of the graveyard kind of come from. And where they kind of stem from, so to speak. So yeah. Okay, let's deal with that body. Hey, where's my beer? Ah, what a disappointment. I think I need something stronger. Right, you seem like a decent guy, so here's some advice. Stop running around bragging that you're from another world. Today you whisper that to some drinking buddy in the tavern, and tomorrow your face is on every pole in the town. So if you want to keep yours, just stop. Maybe he's right, I should be more careful. So what was your question? How can I get back home? Easy, I'm sure you could use the portal on Witch Hill. So I just need to walk through it, or what? Do we need to turn it on first? Obviously don't have a brain inside here, so I'm not sure where this knowledge is coming from. I told you everything I can remember. Maybe some books from the library can help you. Wow, the church has a cellar. Wait, wow, the church has a library in its cellar. Or maybe the astrologer knows something. He's a smart man. He used to steal books from libraries when he was a kid. How can I get to the library? Obviously through the church. And I think your wine cellar might connect to the church cellar. Oh, even the morgue is connected. There's a network of tunnels down here. Net. I used to lot fishing. I remember fishing. Once I caught a fish this... Oh, son, I don't have enough hands to show you how big it was. But believe me, it was freaking huge. I hate fish tails. And once... You know what? I need to go. Sure. It's nice to have legs. Don't forget to bring me some wine. You know. So Gary is apparently a lush. Oh, he's smart and very cheerful, though I don't know him personally, I think. But his wine is the best, and he has a big friend. He's a big friend of the lighthouse keeper. They used to hang out at the lighthouse every Monday. Okay. We know where the lighthouse pretty much is, so let's go ahead and cut us off some prime rib here. And then let's go ahead and take this body and we will bury it. Again, giving us a certificate. Now, what's already great is we have a hole already ready for it. Hence why it was kind of worth leaving the hole open. There we go. And we get a burial certificate for our trouble. Yay! And now with a full, pretty much status bar, we can go mine for some ore here. We're also going to need more wood logs, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. Let's dig this up too over here. Yeah, good on our shovel and our axe, so that's good. So there, strangely enough, is some iron ore near the actual house, which is good because you're going to need it. We'll take as much of this back as we can. So getting us a really nice amount of iron ore to work with. We'll head back down towards our house, probably pick up a tree along the way. Alright, so with that, we need to build chopping spots. So we need more billet. I'll put it there. Alright, and then we will craft some firewood. We don't have a lot of billet though. We need more firewood, so we're out of energy. Let us rest. We'll cut more firewood and then we'll start getting some metal going here, some iron being smelted in the furnace. Because we're going to need that in order to build anything else we want to build and repair the bridge. Because we need nails, we need wood, fletch, and we need some other stuff as well. So the sooner we have the means to do that, the better. So we'll use the firewood to fuel for us to work on this. And that's going to take some time to do. As far as the rest of the energy goes, we should probably use it on gathering more wood and stone, and we should start looking at gathering some more stone as well. Because there's really not much else ultimately that we can do. I mean, we can, but it's more like we could get a stone cutter if we want to. What else could we get? Get tool upgrades, which might be useful, but I want to wait on that for sure. This stuff we can wait on for the moment. We could also start looking at this to fix the graveyard, which I'm really considering doing. Or we could start doing this stuff. also equally important. Because fixing the graveyard is a big deal, we'll actually grab this. Against my better judgment. So... like I said, we'll grab a little bit more wood here. It's not like we're hurting for red. We can also get us some green by working on some vines that we can find too. So like, vines are a really good source, I believe, of the green. I believe there's some somewhere over here. There's some I know in the graveyard. These ones are a little bit more evasive, so getting them early on helps. So like that. So you get about 5 for the vines, and there's a handful of them all over the place if you look around for them. Here's some more here. Let me check my technology. The next big thing you know what, we want to get at this, because there's our wooden planks for us to fix the bridge and start looking at other stuff. Okay, so so here's the deal, guys. So far we're doing pretty good with unlocking. We have access finally to the means of repairing the graveyard. We have access to a whole bunch of technology we just gotta kind of build out. And we need resources for a lot of that. Specifically, you know, we also need to save up for the stoneworking, I think, at some point too. But the big thing is getting this workbench built, which I think we're gonna need some iron parts that we don't have. And we need to repair the bridge, I think, because we need to have a distinct and definite resource. Yeah, let's grab this. We need to have a distinctive resource available for us to do pretty much the major crafting. Which we need more iron. We're gonna need a lot more iron. So, with that said, we need to work on that, because look, we don't even have enough simple iron parts to make the workbench. We will have that going for us soon, because we're making iron right now. So once the workbench is made, we need to start working on... we really need to work almost exclusively on getting that bridge repaired. So that way we have access to a more definitive source of iron. Because if we don't, like I said, if we don't have the means to do that, we're going to run into some issues. We're going to run into some issues later. So, yeah, it's ensuring that we have everything that we're going to need coming up. So, with that said, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackTarStudios for more live gaming action. And when we come back, we will be working on restoring the bridge. And we will also be working on crafting that workbench, because we're really going to need that in order to fix the bridge. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.